2K16 and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 76th game of the NBA season as we get ready to take on the Toronto Raptors. In the last game, we terrible game by me in the Spurs as we lost 42-53 against the New Orleans Pelicans. We are 55-20. We are racing for 60-win season, at least the 60-win season. We just got 7 games left, including today's game against the Toronto Raptors. And how are we going to do today? This will be the last Eastern Conference team of the regular season, as we got Utah, Golden State twice, the Thunder, the Mavericks, and the Nuggets. So let's head out to San Antonio as the Raptors fight their way to try to get into the Eastern Conference playoffs, and the Spurs are the best team in the entire NBA. Let's head out to AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas for today's game.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The regular season on its last legs. We can almost taste the playoffs from here. Kenny, how do they taste?
Wait, hold on. Oh, it tastes like chicken. Barbecue chicken? Oh, yeah.
Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Spurs out in San Antonio. Well, for San Antonio, they're currently holding on to the best record in the league. Not the conference, the league. They've been head and shoulders above the competition this season. Almost the end of the regular season, several teams looking very good for the playoffs. Kenny, what's more valuable, having well-rested players or getting home court advantage?
Easy. If you're banged up, rest. If you're healthy, home court advantage. Easy, easy, Ernie. But the rhythm and momentum are just as important entering the postseason.
You know what, Ernie? Back in the day, everyone tried to play a full 82. Even if you had a sprained finger or head cold, you're like, forget that, I'm playing. But my advice, if you have a shot at home court, you go for it.
You would play with a head cold?
Oh my gosh.
I never got a head cold.
You're a warrior.
I always played with a head because I was cold.
Nice. Kevin Harlan ailing with a hangnail, but he's still here to make the call.
Alright, so here we are for the 76th game of the NBA season as the San Antonio Spurs take on the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors fighting their way to try to make the Eastern Conference playoffs. Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan leading their team, trying to win this game against the Spurs. Will they be able to do it, or will we continue our run or push the 60-game winning streak? And here we go, underway in San Antonio. Marjanovic with the dunk to start the ball game off already.
Well, that was quick. You got to leave some guys back on the tip-off. Otherwise, it can turn right into a fast break, as we just saw.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Scola out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's
DeMar Carroll with a nice shot to start the game for the Raptors.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it.
And it's fouled by Kyle Lowry.
Honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Last game, guys, we struggled from the field. A lot of bad shots, a lot of turnovers.
The defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Leonard, no luck. Well, you got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times.
DeMar DeRozan
demeanor in a more
trying to find a spot on the court. Couldn't do it there.
Along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters, he knows.
Marjanovic with another dunk. Great pass by Kawhi Leonard there.
Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
Here is Lowry. After the basket by
Danny Green's got a tough test against DeRozan. Valanciunas with the basket, and he got it to good.
You know, the defense is going to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is
one
in
of the best
his hands. I mean, come on now.
Scores for the Raptors, Valanciunas.
Like that.
And the Raptors lead by 1.
Defense and rebounding are Valanciunas.
And another Spurs turnover.
him when he was playing in Lithuania club, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with this combination of size.
Oh, Kawhi Leonard, open, fast break, and a dunk by Kawhi Leonard.
But I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
I believe right now Kawhi Leonard is the MVP of the regular season, just based on how everything has gone this year for us.
I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
The shot is
Nice
off.
defense by the Spurs there.
You have to love that tough interior defense.
And Greg, that's exactly what he
Kawhi
gives
Leonard
you.
with a nice
He's
jump shot
constantly making
and
his presence
transition.
felt around the rim.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical.
Parker with the layup. Spurs lead 10-5. A great start for San Antonio in this ball game.
Steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break.
Lowry drives in. San Antonio
Nice
with the
rebound by the Spurs.
Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Parker, jump shot, good. Spurs rolling here in the first quarter. An 8-0 run.
Better team than what we saw.
Oh,
They
Carroll
got crushed on that night.
got a nice
And I'm
layup
still
in
trying to figure
there.
out what happened there, Greg, quite honestly. I mean, no matter how it looks on paper, you still got to show up and play and compete. And it looked like they were not interested in being there.
And San Antonio has possession after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago.
Valanciunas with the block.
And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. The shot
Nice
by
defense
Carroll.
by Kawhi Leonard.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a
Kawhi
little bit of resistance,
for three,
he doesn't take it up
and the
quite
Spurs
strong
lead
enough.
15-7 early in the
Valanciunas, he's been
first
working on his
quarter.
defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development.
A shot by Lowry.
Leonard for
wide open.
King,
A
no
good
shot
bounce
good
out.
there.
Spurs leading by 8. We'll go to Dorisburg, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
And the Spurs are pulling away in the first quarter. 17-7. And a big offensive surge here in the first quarter. Timeout by Dwayne Casey.
It's crucial that we do our best to keep them outside
Kawhi
the lane.
Leonard has
That's
come
no
alive
easy
in the first
assignment.
quarter in
We'll
this
see
ball
how much
game.
success they have defensively.
Thanks, Doris. So both teams making some changes here.
Yeah, last game we kind of struggled to get anything going. We only had 9 points a quarter, only 18 in the entire first half.
Carroll kicks to Valanciunas. Sweet move. And a foul called on the shot. Got it on the
Duncan
way
Fell
up that time, so he'll
Valanciunas.
shoot
He's been
two
very
right here.
effective.
And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency.
Kyle
The
Anderson,
game
of course,
really
playing for
seemed to
injured
slow
Manu
down.
Ginobili.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
And it's Duncan penetrating. And here's Mills for
Patty
three.
Mills hits
And
the
that comes off
three.
the assist by Duncan.
And a beautiful ball
Mills
movement
has
by
got
San
himself on
Antonio in the
board with
first
three there.
quarter.
Raptors trail by 12.
Corey Joseph with the ball.
54 seconds left
A
in the
former
first.
Spur.
Now here's Joseph. He's guarded closely. He got right to the cup using that screen. Joseph's got his first basket of the night.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You
Oh,
get a
nice
lot of
turnover.
open looks from it.
Here's Carroll. Duncan with the block.
Nice block.
And the Spurs
And Patty
pushing
Mills.
it up
Oh,
now.
Tony Parker.
The footer. And the shot
Come
is
on,
long.
Tony. I thought I was going for a layup.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Carroll kicks to Joseph. Valanciunas sets a screen for Joseph. Knocked loose.
Patty Mills with the steal.
Plays it in off the breakaway.
And the Spurs
Mills
defense
got five.
has shown up
And a
here in the first
huge lead
quarter.
here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Here's Joseph. And that's not
No
gonna go.
good. And that is the end of the first quarter
The
here in
first
San
quarter
Antonio, ladies and
concludes
gentlemen. The
in a double-digit
Spurs putting
lead
on
on
a
the
scoring clinic
Spurs
in the
lead
first
by
quarter.
12.
They lead
Live from
by
the
12.
AT&T Center in San Antonio. You're watching 2K Sports. chance to hear from point guard Kyle Lowry about the chemistry of this Raptors team. They're all pulling in the same direction.
You know, we got a group of guys who came in and bought into the offensive system, the defensive system, and it just clicked. And we got a bunch of guys in here who only want to see each other be successful, and it's rare in this league to have a team like that.
The question is whether or not that team unity, as rare as it is making a difference for the Raptors. Does it make Kyle
All right, guys, here we go. Start of the second quarter here in San Antonio. 12-point lead by San Antonio early on.
It's worked both ways. I mean, teams that couldn't stand one another have won rings, and so have tight-knit groups who were really close. So there's really no magic formula. I think
the Spurs just look very outstanding on defense right now.
Well, not exactly a close
Louis
game
Scola
so
with
far,
a nice
but as
shot
the
there.
second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one
Don't
thing
put the fade away.
how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of
Good.
turnovers.
So for Toronto right now, Scola out there with DeRozan. Then there's Channing Frye.
Bad defense by the Spurs.
And it's Joseph in
Gave
at the
Kyle
2.
Lowry an open
They're gonna have
layup.
to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
Here's Mills after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Duncan dishes to Leonard. To the wing right side. Mills, that's a two-pointer. That one wide left.
Missed opportunity by the Spurs there.
A very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career. Then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger
And Popovich going to call a timeout here.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one.
Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. A minute and a half gone
here we
in the
go.
second quarter. Greg, you were talking about Scola. He has
Danny
the
Green,
physical
great
skills,
look.
Clark, to
Can't
make
hit
a
the
difference.
shot though.
He really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but
Nice
he's really
wide
solid
open
in
three.
just about everything. A pro's pro, and he adds value, tremendous value.
Kawhi
to
Leonard with the
any team
rebound.
he's on. That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap
Boris Dio
and maybe
can-
swing the momentum.
That's good.
And Kawhi Leonard with the
11 points
offensive
for Kawhi
rebound.
Leonard.
His
Just
second one of the
lazy
game
defense on the
on
glass
that
there.
possession.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only
Look
drive
at
the
Kawhi
coach
Leonard's
crazy,
game
that
so
stuff
far
gets under my
as the
skin.
Raptors call a timeout here.
And the Raptors call time here.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock.
Kawhi
but that
Leonard
was a
just
shocking
put in some
result
great
for me.
offense and
Nobody
great
saw that one
defense in.
coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that.
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just
DeMar
inexcusable.
DeRozan with the nice rebound.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. It's stolen by DeRozan.
Oh no! Oh, Kyle Lowry gets
That
an
one's good. The
layup.
San Antonio lead is cut down to 6.
And the Raptors have cut it down to 6, ladies and
And their shots
gentlemen.
are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're
Oh.
bordering on hot to close this gap.
Now here is Aldridge. And the wide open shot from Green. And right.
Danny
pulls it
Green, what are
down.
you doing standing
Now the
around,
Raptors
dude?
moving it up. It's good. He makes his first shot
And
of
the
the game.
Spurs have struggled here in the
one-man
second
fast
quarter.
break.
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Mills passes to Aldridge. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Plenty of
DL with the 3.
And the Spurs lead by
Get
7.
something going here.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit
That's a-
at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
And the foul
And Danny
called
Green
on
picks up a
Daniel
foul.
Green. That's his first foul. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. Terrence Ross comes in for Kyle Lowry. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Wright outside. 6 to shoot. Out to DeRozan. They get the rebound.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
It's
Tony Parker's going to lead it backwards.
Here's Marjanovic. Passes it to Aldridge.
Aldridge, beautiful lane.
And it's a 9-point San Antonio lead.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
And Wright kicks to Ross. That's tipped. And that's
Marjanovic with a nice block. Spurs still lead by 9. The lead was cut down to 4 just moments ago, but the Spurs have begun to play some great offense and some great defense here late in this quarter.
Wright sets a screen. And Valanciunas kicks to Wright. Launches it.
3. Got the 3, and that's a huge 3 by DeMar Carroll. He's having a great game.
San Antonio leading by 6. Parker drives in. They kick it out to Green. West outside. And here's Anderson from the arc. The shot's good on the assist by West. Anderson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Back at you. I mean,
Anderson, who had a big role when several of the Spurs were injured.
From long range, trading blows from behind the arc.
Now here's Fry. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 5 on the clock. Wright dishes to Valanciunas.
Oh, that's a nice shot there.
Here's Fry, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Green inside the 3-point line, and the
missed the front of the rim. Just can't get anything going toward the end of the quarter. The end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen, is in the books. The Spurs lead 34-27 over the Toronto Raptors at halftime.
Kevin, thank you. Dwayne, you're being played pretty tough defensively tonight. How do you counter that kind of intense physical play?
Attack the basket. They're giving us a lot of sound and fury, but I really feel like we can attack that pressure, go by them with penetration, and make this basketball decisions once we go by them.
Coach, thank you. Gentlemen, they're trying to make them pay for that aggressiveness.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 11 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball.
Looking at Toronto, Kenny, your thoughts?
Can this team please get fired up on defense? I mean, get angry, get upset. Guys are way too soft and giving up way too many good looks. At some point, you got to draw the line in the sand. Be like, okay, who's crossing this line? If you're coming over here, I'm taking a hard foul, and I'm going to resist you on defense.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Second half just about to get going.
All right, guys, so here we go. Starting the second half here in San Antonio, a 7-point lead, shooting 65% from the field.
Discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys. His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight.
And they got the rebound, and they got the block, and still scored. Come on, guys.
Very much playing within himself.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball.
Tony Parker picked up the foul there.
The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid.
Oh,
but
missed
injuries
free throw.
cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assists and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
Now, here's DeRozan. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
The Raptors starting off here in the second quarter pretty good.
That on a silver platter just served him up.
Parker against Lowry. Parker passes to Aldridge. To the middle.
Oh, hard foul by Scola on Aldridge.
Last year, a big challenge for Tony Parker. He was in his
that's a
15th
bad
season,
shot.
obviously.
Oh, wait, still got
Every
it.
great player needs to transform his game as he gets on an age clock. We're seeing it with the great ones. Parker did
Great
put
free
up
throw
the
shooting by the
highest
Spurs
three-point
starting the
percentage
third
of
quarter.
his career last year.
And he also ran the offense with tremendous poise and professionalism and cut down the turnover average as well, the lowest of his career.
It's DeRozan with the drive. Shakes him. Can't get it to go. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. It's game one
Danny
of the
Green.
road trip.
Can't get the roll, man.
Raptors trail
Danny
by
Green
6.
continues to struggle in the last month of the season.
Outside Lowry. And the rejection by
Kawhi Leonard with the thunderous block.
For him offensively, and it's costly.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Timeout Toronto.
Leonard's got
And
13
Kawhi
points.
Leonard,
His ball
a
distribution
big block
tonight
there
just
and a big basket at the other
Yeah, it
end.
sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the totals. There's no line in those totals.
Corey Joseph's checked in for Damari Carroll. The Raptors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 6 points now for Valanciunas. Spurs leading by 6. Right wing. Nice ball movement by San Antonio.
Try to get Duncan the ball in the.
Dishes it to DeRozan. Plenty of space.
That's
And
a
another
shot.
basket for Toronto.
And Toronto within 4. That's all they seem that they can get to is 4.
And Mills kicks to Diallo.
Oh, just too
Pass
far
to
out.
Parker. He feeds it to Duncan. Another one.
Duncan with
for
a nice
San
shot.
Antonio.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum
In the
of their
basket and the
talents
foul
because of that style.
on Kyle Lowry.
One thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We
Timeout,
saw that from the
Popovich.
States of Villanova.
No
Raptors
question
down by
about
3
that, and I love
here in the
that
third
about him.
quarter.
It's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock, wears his opponents down.
San Antonio leading by 3. Parker kicks to Leonard. Duncan dishes to Parker. DeRozan against Leonard.
Oh, Duncan.
And again,
Duncan with
Tim
6
Duncan.
points in this ball game.
Duncan's got 4 points this quarter.
And
How
talking
about Tim
Lowry,
Duncan in this
going
ball
to
game, ladies and
Toronto
gentlemen?
was a godsend for him. I mean, he had clashed with a number of coaches early in his career. His hard-headedness had been working against him. But in Toronto, he learned how to buy into
Man,
his system
Scola
and
continues
save
to
the
put
wrath
points on the
for
board.
his opponent. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here's Diallo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No one near him. Toronto grabs the miss.
And for
Man,
Lowry,
just
he's been
can't
on fire
hit
the past
big
couple of
shots here.
seasons. He's shown toughness, leadership, and the instinct to make winning plays on the court at both ends.
Oh, nice. Duncan nearly got Valanciunas there.
And it comes off the front of the rim.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough
Kawhi.
mindset. He's confident as a
Come on,
defender.
DL, gotta
And
get
you
those
combine
rebounds,
two
dude.
things, makes it real hard to score on him.
Now here's DeRozan. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot.
Oh, no. Oh, DeRozan with the foul in the back.
That's his first foul.
And that's a costly foul by the Raptors.
Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much.
David West with the jump shot.
There, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
David West, he's checked in for San Antonio. Kyle Anderson comes in for Patty Mills. Here's
Beautiful passes. DeRozan pops, can't get the jump shot there.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Kawhi Leonard with the dunk.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
15 points for Kawhi Leonard.
22 seconds left to play in the third. DeRozan against Leonard. Up top, DeRozan. And fouled hard that time.
Tim Duncan picks up his second foul.
Tim Duncan picks one up. The Raptors shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78%.
Duncan comes out again to get some rest.
Number to work with on the season.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Here's Anderson. And
Anderson picked up the foul on Channing Frye there.
And really the defense fouling there, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Kyle Anderson with 5 points. Now we're in the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The Spurs lead by 7, 49-42 as we head to the third quarter.
Spurs lead by 7.
Live
Texas. From the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter.
Go, guys.
Spurs leading by 7. So for Toronto right now, Jamari Carroll is out there with Scola. Then it's
and Aldridge picks up the foul.
And it's right
and
in
Scola.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press
9
right
point
back.
for the
Boy, I tell you
Spurs.
what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Now here's Scola. And David West gets the whistle that time.
Okay, that was not a shooting foul, so stop it.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Toronto.
Right, coming out for Kyle Lowry. Carroll for 3. That's a huge 3 for the Raptors.
Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one. Anderson passes to Green. The kick out to Aldridge. Spurs working the ball around now. All alone.
Aldridge, top of the key. Jump shot. And the Spurs lead by 8 once again.
What a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Lowry with the ball. It's stolen by
Aldridge
Green.
with the steal. Green with the steal. Kyle Anderson with the dunk. 10-point lead by the Spurs.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great
Timeout Toronto.
Defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And the Raptors call time here. And for Kyle Anderson, he had so many traits, Greg. The Spurs
3:53 left here in the fourth quarter.
But he spent
Spurs lead by 10.
Yeah, and you know that Coach Pop makes his guys earn their minutes. You know, he doesn't care if he took you in the first round or if you're an undrafted free agent. He's going to play the guy who helps his team win.
Doris Burke has some
opportunity there.
During that break, Dwayne Casey had some words.
Kawhi Leonard with the dunk.
Guys were
Spurs lead by 12.
Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Here's Joseph. After the basket by San Antonio.
Just had a quiet, nice shot by Valanciunas.
Talking about Kyle Anderson, he's a bit of a polarizing prospect. Has a multi-faceted skill set. Excellent court vision, outstanding length. Doesn't have elite athleticism. Absolutely needs to get stronger, but he's got a lot of game.
Here's Marjanovic after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas.
Parker with a nice jump shot.
Parker's got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And guys, getting back to Kyle Anderson.
Missed opportunity by the Raptors.
System. I mean, he's a guy who needs the ball in his
Jalen Green with the dunk. 14-point lead for San Antonio.
Finisher at this stage.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
Timeout. Popovich not happy with that set of play right there.
Again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
And for Kyle Lowry, last season was full of milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason.
Marjanovic with the dunk.
An incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it played.
Every single guy on their team with the absolute Midas magic touch, shooting the lights out here.
The feed to Valanciunas. 14 feet away. That falls. Nice feed.
Nice shot by Valanciunas. Trying to keep the Raptors in this ball game.
Tonight. And on the topic of Lowry, he became only
turnover.
the third Toronto Raptor ever, Clark, to be voted into the All-Star game.
Just like that, it's 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
Lowry also participated in the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge. Man, he's been outstanding.
Valanciunas with the block on the other end.
That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Carroll.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
To the wing on the left. Outside, Green. Aldridge inside. Scola on him. Shoots from 14. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
Just can't get nothing going now.
Right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those when he misses.
Aldridge had his hands up.
Pass to Leonard.
Aldridge with the rebound.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the final quarter. Back to Green. Stolen by Joseph. Now the Raptors moving it up. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And Kawhi Leonard picks up the foul there.
Go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Look at what Kyle Lowry's
Kyle Lowry misses a huge free throw.
His huge assist tally makes it all.
And DeMar DeRozan's basically been sitting, waiting to play. 7-point lead for the Spurs.
And if his passing continues, they are going to be dangerous.
DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for the Raptors. Green kicks to Parker. Here's Marjanovic, guarded by Valanciunas. Aldridge left side. Clock at 4.
Aldridge.
They get it back.
Nice offensive board.
Leonard dishes to Aldridge. Green kicks to Parker from downtown. And they will fall over the back.
Over the back on Valanciunas.
And tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there too. So nothing subtle about that.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And so they foul.
Danny Green foul.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, a terrible foul, Kyle Lowry. And Tony Parker missed the free throw. Another one.
2 shots. He's able to hit the second one.
Timeout Toronto.
7-point lead. Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 7. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And look, this one's out of reach. I don't know what they're thinking with this timeout.
Neither do I. I mean, maybe
ball game's in the books.
For after the game, who knows? But let's just get out of it.
Diaw with a wide open look. Once again off the mark by
now we'll see it, ladies and gentlemen. The Spurs have won the ball game 67.
They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but Clark in the end.
4 wins left to fall up to 60 wins.
The outcome was in doubt, but give them a lot
what
of
a game.
for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with Tim Duncan, and congratulations on this win, Tim. What was most instrumental in taking this game tonight?
Just perseverance, man. We just stuck with it. They made some shots, made some plays. We stuck with it. We kept moving the ball and believing what we were doing.
You hung pretty tough. Congratulations on the win, Tim. Over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
This is what you love to see out your star players. He's the guy you rely on to give a team a win. Both ends of the floor, shouldering the scoring load. He was a joy to watch tonight, Ernie.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
So the 76th game of the season is in the books. San Antonio Spurs win 64-57. We shot 60%. Only 9 attempts on threes. Kind of kept it to a low 3-point shooting in this ball game, but 20 fast break points, 30 points in the paint. A lot better of a game that we had last time. We didn't really turn the ball over that much in this ball game. Only 6 turnovers, which is very crucial. They led at one point early in the ball game, which was in the first quarter, but we had the biggest lead of 14. It was a good game all the way through, so happy we got the win in this ball game. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Houghton Evolution. Thank you, like I said, please subscribe to me, Houghton Evolution, on YouTube. If you guys want to play me some NBA 2K16 here on PS4, leave your comments below. Send me a friend request. Send me a message on PS4 at the same name, Houghton Evolution. And I will see you guys for the 77th game of the NBA season as the Spurs take on the Utah Jazz, as we're now pushing our way toward the playoffs and perhaps 60-win season. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.